Hi guys, as you can see I'm back in the shed. It's another crazy sunny day here in the UK, and it's quite warm, which is quite surprising. So yeah, back in the shed, so come this way. And I'm here again with a Falcon A1 laser engraver. So this video is kind of aimed at those thinking about getting a laser engraver but are on the fence, as in you're not too sure if you'd use it that much or what you can even use it for, and those who had never even thought about using the laser engraver, which was kind of me a few years ago. Yeah, never even thought about getting one, had one, and then there's just so many things you can do with it. And if you've seen a lot of videos recently on my YouTube channel, you'll have seen all the variety of things I've been doing with it, but there's so much more I can do with it as well. So as I say, I've been using laser engravers for at least the last 2 years, and I've had this laser engraver for about the last 9 months, and it is so user friendly, and this really is usable straight from the box, which is great. So there's no complicated setting up, there's no having to screw bits together, none of that malarkey. It is literally a case of get it out of all of its packaging. There's a load of packaging on the inside which has obviously everything else you need, such as the power leads, the air pump assist, and obviously the instruction manual. Not that there's a lot of instructions to this, it really is that simple. And like I'm always saying, yeah, if I can operate something, then seriously anyone can, because I have the attention span of a gnat, and don't like reading too complicated of an instruction booklet. Obviously I love the fact that this does have a top and front view sort of accessible areas, which is really good. And it also has some great safety features as well. It comes with a key that needs to be in the machine at all times, otherwise it just won't work, which means when you're not using it and you don't want anyone else to use it, you can just turn the key, put it somewhere safe, and that's it. It's unusable. Also has an emergency stop button on the side, just in case, well, something goes wrong or the print doesn't work out as you expect it to. Simply push the button and again, everything stops. It also stops when you open any of the panels, so the front panel or the top panel, or if the machine itself is nudged or knocked in any way. Again, the laser will automatically stop, which is just great. It also comes with its own software, which is awesome because not all laser engravers do. In fact, most of them don't. So the fact this one comes with its own is awesome because it's easy to use. It's obviously free. And by easy to use, yeah, you just drag and drop the things you want to cut, or you make them up yourself like I've done here. And then you just click on the button to say you want to cut or engrave. I've already told it what material I'm using and the thickness, and then it automatically works out what the speed and the power that it needs, which is great too. So everything's done for you, which is kind of how I like it. And then it's a case of pushing a few buttons and away it goes. So this thing cuts really well. And obviously most of the projects I do are cutting rather than engraving, because I love how clean cut this is. For making, obviously I've done quite a few display boards or display boxes. I've done some buildings as well. As long as you get the settings correct, obviously you let the thing do it itself, then it won't do any burnt edges. It'll cut through perfectly, so you don't get that messy look, which you might see in a few of my videos, and that's normally because it's me that messes about the settings. If we want to do any engraving, yeah, the engraving is awesome too. Again, you can have different settings here, so you can have it engrave a little bit or a lot. And as you can see, I've kind of made some wood panels in one of my previous videos, and yeah, come out perfectly. Because these are kind of like burnt on wood, you don't really need to paint these. They've already got the look you need straight away. So say I've made quite a few of these like display diorama cases for my miniatures, and they've just worked out perfectly. So far, I've only made simple designs, say quite a few of these kind of boxes, but I've made them stackable, which is pretty cool because obviously it's a great way of displaying items like I'm on my desk or on the wall. Also made some sort of D&D coins as well. These are really simple to make. So guys, all the videos or clips of things I'm showing you here, there are full videos to show how I made absolutely everything. But obviously, as well as making sort of simple things, if you don't want to make things, well, you can just search around and find a whole host of things you might need. And the two places that I typically like to go to, and that's Thingiverse. So all you got to do is type in at the top 3mm MDF. If there's something in specific you're looking for, obviously type that as well. But it'll list up all the MDF sort of files that are there. And obviously the great thing with Thingiverse is it's entirely free. So I've used a few things from here. And as you can see, all kinds of buildings, paint racks, lots of stuff for sort of Necromunda. They do a lot of that kind of pieces there. But yeah, absolutely ton of free files that you can download
And obviously then you can sort of change them, add to them, and do things to them to obviously then cut exactly what it is you need. And the other place I go to, and that's Etsy. You can just type into Google, I guess, whatever you need. But yeah, I go to Etsy, and again, you type in there 3mm. I say 3mm, obviously whatever thickness wood you're using. That's the one I typically use, just because it's one of the cheaper ones, and it seems strong enough and firm enough to make a whole variety of buildings out of. And it seems to be the preferred choice of a lot of the designers out there as well. So the thing with Etsy is, though, you do have to pay for the models, but typically there's a lot more variation there and a lot more intricate designs, which is obviously why they're charging, because they're spending a lot of time making these wonderful designs. I mean, I am hoping to eventually sort of start making my own buildings as well at some stage. It's just the old finding time. And the other great thing is, obviously, it's not just MDF you can cut. Obviously, I get a lot of boxes because I order a lot of stuff from Amazon. But yeah, you can keep these boxes and you can make things with them, because obviously the laser, well, it cuts through a whole variety of wood, different thicknesses. So it'll definitely cut through the cardboard here. Obviously, with the cardboard, you could cut it with scissors or you could cut it with a blade. But to get some of these straight lines, yeah, it's definitely a lot easier using a laser engraver. So I made a very simple building, and obviously I cut out a load of tiles for the roof. Again, using the laser engraver, yeah, it did this in a matter of minutes, rather than me spending, well, I don't know how long it would take me to cut out all these bits and pieces. So yeah, laser engravers, they really are one of these things you never knew you needed, but then once you've got one, the amount of things you'll use it for is just amazing. And obviously I'm just showing a few examples of things that I make that I then use. But if you want to, you can use a laser engraver to make stuff or engrave stuff that you could then go on to sell. So you can almost make your money back from this item, as well as using it obviously in the hobby that we all love.
So we started in the shed, and it seems fitting we get back in the shed. It is cold. I need to start wearing scarves and, well, maybe even some proper trousers rather than the shorts, because I love shorts. Anyway, the Creality Falcon A1 laser engraver. Yeah, absolutely love this machine. So many good features on it. Love the fact that it is a fully enclosed one. Obviously, you can get the exhaust, all the fumes coming out. This doesn't come with this. There's a small grey one back there. But then I've got this attached to the small grey one, just because this one's got a crazy amount of length on it. But yeah, lovely, fully enclosed, keeps all the smells in there, works fantastically, it cuts like a dream. There is a newer version of this one. This is the 10 watt one, but there's a pro version which is a 20 watt one. So if you want to cut thicker wood, you can do. Obviously you can cut thick wood on this, you just have to do a couple of passes. Definitely user friendly, beginner friendly, because straight out of the box I was using this within minutes, cutting stuff up and engraving stuff, which is awesome. So like a lot of things in this hobby though, there is obviously the initial outlay is always can be quite high, although the prices on these really aren't too bad at all. Look out for the deals and offers on these. But once you have got one, honestly guys, I can't say this enough, it really is one. When you get one, there's so many things you can do with it. It's just nuts. And the fact that if you wanted to, you could start selling your designs online, Etsy or whatever, or you can do the laser engraving and engrave items and again sell them online. So this is a great machine. You can get your money back pretty quickly, and obviously still use it for the hobby that obviously I'm using it for. Because MDF sheets, now these are cheap, so these are easy to buy and cheap enough to make bits and pieces. So yeah, get the initial price paid for, and then you can just start making an absolute ton of stuff. Right, I'm going to stop now because otherwise, you know me, I'll start waffling. It's so weird because if you knew me in real life, I'm not a very chatty person. I'm quite quiet. But for some reason, stick a camera in front of me, I'm here on my own, obviously, and yeah, I can just waffle and waffle. So guys, it'd be great if you leave some comments down below. Share the video wherever possible. Thank you to obviously staying to the end. I mean, you may have skipped bits and gone backwards and forwards, awesome, but you're here now. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one, where yeah, there's more things to be made with one of these. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, you guys take care. Bye now.